Hi everyone, welcome to Story Time. This is week 2 of our 3rd session of summer reading. This is actually our last session. Can you believe that? We only have one more week and that'll be the end of summer reading. I hope you turned in your reading logs so that you can enter into the raffle for some of our great prizes. Today we're going to read Goldilocks and the Three Martians. That doesn't sound right, does it? This is written by Stu Smith, and the illustrations are by Michael Garland, and this is a Dutton children's book. Goldilocks' mom was very strict. She gave out lots of chores. Please clean your room and make your bed and straighten out those drawers. Sounds like my house. Her mom checked homework every night. She wasn't big on sweets. She packed a lunch with healthy foods like Brussels sprouts and beets. I love beets. Wash behind your ears, Mom said. No eating on the couch. Put your hat and gloves on, dear. Stand straight and tall. Don't slouch. Goldilocks sighed and told her pets, "My mom is way too tough. I'm tired of chores and homework. That's it, I've had enough." So Goldilocks drew up a plan. She had lots to do. It took her weeks to carry out with screws and bolts and glue. Look what she's making. "Good riddance, planet Earth," she said at 8 o'clock tonight. "I'm off to find a planet where everything's just right." She filled her tank with porridge, packed cookies just in case, and took her cat and dog along, and they blasted off to space. This does not sound like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. They floated round the capsule, doing somersaults in the air. Without the pull of gravity, they all had funny hair. She flew to 7 planets, and on each one she found a flaw. It seemed like she had this problem with everything she saw. This one says too small, too hot, well, too many chores, that's where she came from on Earth. Too big, too many storms, too gassy, too cold, too far. Have we been to every planet? Let's check the map I bought. Oops, we missed a turn back there. There's one that I forgot. Mars will be our final stop, she told her cat and dog, as she wrote their destination in her handy captain's log. After landing on the surface, she took a look around. "I can't believe my eyes," she cried, amazed at what she found. Before her stood a Martian house, and she rang the Martian bell. "Looks like no one's home tonight. But what's that scrumptious smell?" Inside she found 3 steaming bowls of hearty Martian stew. She gobbled up the smallest one, but left the other 2. "I think I'll rest my feet a while in this comfy Martian chair." But the first one that she sat in sent her flying in the air. "That chair's alive," she screamed out loud, "and this one's full of slime." And then she tried the smallest chair and found the fit sublime. That means it was perfect. That meal had made her sleepy, so she headed up the stairs. Good thing she thought to bring along her trusty teddy bears. The first bed that she sat in was just a little high, and as she fluffed the pillows, one looked her in the eye. The next bed made her seasick. Its waves were pretty steep, but the smallest one was cozy, so cozy she drifted off to sleep. Just then the Martian family slid in from their nightly stroll. Before they sat to eat their meal, Mama eyed her bowl. "Someone's been eating my zonk," she screamed, and Papa roared, "Mine too." The baby of the family squealed, "I don't have any stew." Mama's chair spoke up to say, "There's an alien in here." "Aliens for dinner!" They all began to cheer. This sounds a little like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, doesn't it? The Martians grabbed their napkins and slithered up the stairs. Goldilocks was fast asleep and dreaming of Three Bears. "Something's been sleeping in my bed." "Something's been sleeping in my bed." "Something's still sleeping in my bed," the baby began to whine. Goldilocks yawned and stretched her arms and then rubbed her sleepy eyes. She saw the Martians oogling her like a hamburger and fries. She popped up out of bed to leave. Their tongues were in the way. That would have been the end of her, but guess what saved the day? "There goes our dinner," Papa said, and Mama wailed, "How rude!" The baby of their family cried, "We never get fast food." The trio squeezed aboard the ship. "I think we've seen enough. We had it pretty good on Earth. My mom is not that tough." The Martian saw them leaving, and the baby waved goodbye. Papa ate his napkin, and Mama dried her eye. Soon all three were speeding home. They landed with a crash. They woke up half their neighbors and wound up in the trash. "Where on earth have you been?" Mom said. "I've been worried sick. And what is that gizmo in the tree? Is this some kind of trick?" Goldilocks smiled and closed her eyes and held her mother tight. "Is everything okay?" Mom asked. "Yes, everything's just right." It's a good thing she brought her cat and dog and saved her from the Martians, huh? It's funny. Here's another one. The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Do you know this story? This is by Jerry Pinklin. This is another library book. It's a Little Brown and Company book. This one has beautiful illustrations. I will bring this back to the library and you can come take it out if you'd like. Long, long ago on the rocky side of the river, there lived a family of 3 hungry billy goats, Gruff. The wild grasses flourished on this other side of the river, where the sun always shone the brightest. And under the bridge, passing over the water, there lived a troll with a heart of stone who guarded the crossing day and night. So the goats couldn't go to the other side where it was green. The 3 billy goats became so tempted by the tasty-looking grass that they were determined to get to the other side of the river. But the water was deep and full of fish, some of them even bigger than the goats. The littlest and hungriest of the goat was the first to march towards the crossing. Beware. Bravely, that little billy goat Gruff trotted across the bridge. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. That's the noises Horf was making on the bridge. What do you think it woke up? Trip, trap, trip, trap. "Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge?" roared the troll. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. "It's only I," the little billy goat squeaked. "I'm heading to the hillside to make myself fat." "I'm going to gobble you up," declared the troll. "Oh, no, don't eat me," cried the littlest goat. "Wait till the next billy goat comes. He's much bigger than I am." "Well, go on then. You're nothing but skin and bones, and I want to fix a hearty stew." So the little billy goat, made it to the other side. Next, the second billy goat Gruff stomped across the bridge. "Chip, chip, chap, chip, chap." And what does the troll say? "Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge?" shouted the troll. "It's only I," the second billy goat bleated. "I'm heading to the hillside to make myself fat." "Well, I'm going to gobble you up," said the troll. "Oh, no, don't eat me," begged the second goat. "Big billy goat Gruff will soon be coming." "Well, then get out of the way, you scrawny creature." "Big billy goat will make a much tastier meal." Now there's two goats over there eating a lot of the grass. Before long, the biggest billy goat Gruff stormed across the bridge. Crack! Crash! "Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge?" howled the greedy troll. "It is I," the biggest billy goat announced. "I'm heading up the hillside to make myself fat." "Well, I'm gonna gobble you up," said the troll. "Try it if you dare," the biggest billy goat said. The troll scowled. The goat charged. Then, bam! Uh-oh. Crash! Where's the troll? Over the bridge? In the water. Gulp, gulp, it says. "Who's that splish-splashing in my river?" "It's only I," the troll squeaked. "Well, I'm going to gobble you up." Who's saying that? That is a great big fish with lots of teeth. But the troll was probably a bit too sour and green to make a tasty meal. So he floated on down the river. The troll watched in defeat as a whole herd of billy goats joined their friends over on the hillside. Over there where the sun shone brightest and the wild grasses flourished, the billy goats would fill their bellies. Remember we talked about how fairy tales usually tell us a moral? Something that we should do? What do you think that one tells us? How not to be mean? That would be my guess. So this one's about billy goats too. It's called The Three Silly Billies. And it was written by Marge Palanti and the illustrations are by Barry Mosier. Let's see if this one tells the same story. The library actually has several books that tell about the three billy goats. This is a Simon & Schuster book. The three silly billies were ready to kick up their heels and have some fun in the sun. They packed up their old jalopy and with a spit, a chug, a honk, off they tootled. Down the hill and through the woods went the billies until they came to a small wooden bridge that crossed over a deep river. The troll. Clackety-clack, clackety-clack, clackety-clack. "Who's that crossing my bridge?" shouted a grumpy, stumpy little man who was blocking their path. "We're the Billies. Billy Bob, Billy Bo, and just plain Billy," explained the biggest Billy, who was Bob. "We're revved up and ready to roll." "Hold your horsepower," the little man said with a sharp stomp. "This is a troll bridge, and I'm the troll. Now start passing the buck." It's the same story, but a little different. "A buck," said plain Billy. "That's 4 quarters, 10 dimes, 20 nickels, 100 pennies, and that's a whole dollar." "This isn't a freeway," the grumpy little man said. "Just show me the money." Billy Bob had 30 cents. Billy Bo had 20 cents. And as usual, just plain Billy had no sense at all. No matter how they added it up, the 3 silly Billies did not have enough money to pay the troll. But the middle Billy, who was Bo, had an idea. "What we need is a carpool. Then we can share the fare." So Billy Bob opened up the trunk, and Billy Bo pumped up the pool, and just plain Billy fetched some pails of water. With a splish and a splash and a slosh, the 3 Billies grabbed their rubber duckies and jumped into their carpool. Is that what a carpool really is? "We'll just wait for someone to jump in and join us," said Billy Bo with Bob. And the troll grumbled. "Crazy kids." He shook his head at their silliness and stomped back to his toll booth. A carpool is really when people share rides, like when they have to go to work if they pick up somebody else. It's called sharing. And then, clackety-clack, clackety-clack, clackety-clack. "Now he's crashing my bridge," shouted the troll. "It's just us, the 3 bears from the other side of the river," answered the big Papa Bear. "We're taking a walk through the woods before dinner." "Looky here, Teddy," said the little man with a stomp and a snort. "All you'll be eating the dust is..." Sorry. "All you be eating is dust from the tour jour unless you start coughing up some coins." He's trying to charge everybody that's going across his bridge. This is a pretty funny book. "Oh dear," said Papa Bear, looking at his wallet. "I only have 1 thin dime." "Oh my," said Mama Bear. "I only have a wooden nickel." Baby Bear cried, "Well, don't count me. I don't even get an allowance." And the troll grunted, "Take a hike." Mama Bear fretted, "Whatever will we do? We don't want to get home too late. Our porridge will be cold." "And I hate cold porridge," said Papa. "Why not add your money to our money?" blurted out Billy Bob. "Join in our carpool and we can all cross the bridge together." "Oh, that makes a lot of sense to me," said Baby Bear. "Where are my water rings?" So Billy Bob added up the moolah. Billy Bo held out the pot, and Mama, Papa, and Baby Bear jumped feet first into the carpool. The water was just right. "I still say that idea is all wet," grumbled the troll. He shook his head at their silliness and he stomped off back to his toll booth. I think their carpool is getting kind of full, isn't it? Now we have the 3 Billy Goat Scruff and the 3 Bears in this book. Oh, and who's coming next? Just then, clackety-clack, clackety-clack, clackety-clack. "Now who's crossing my bridge?" shouted the troll. "It's only me, Little Red Riding Hood. I'm on my way to my grandma's house." "Well, you can kiss seeing your Grammy goodbye unless you have a bill in that basket, missy," said the little man with a snort and a stomp and a snort. "Can't you see that sign?" "Oh my goodness, what a big troll you are," sighed Little Red Riding Hood. But all Little Red Riding Hood found in her basket was 1 crummy quarter, a gooey nickel, and 3 sticky pennies. "Hey, Red, don't be blue," shouted Billy Bob. "Pool your resources with us and we can all cross this bridge together." "Count me in," said Little Red, making a big splash. "Pitiful party animals," grumbled the Troll. He shook his head at their silliness and stomped back to his toll booth. She had a lot of things in her basket. A hammer, some toothpaste, a hairbrush. And just then, clackety-clack, clackety-clack, clackety-clack. Now, who is this? "Who's crossing my bridge?" shouted the Troll. "It's just Jack. I'm bringing my poor mother some magic beans. I traded our cow for magic beans." Have you guys read that story? "Beans? You need a reality check, Junior," said the little man with a stamp and a stomp and a snort. The boy held out his hand. "But all I have left are these 3 beans and 2 pennies. "Then hit the road, Jack!" shouted the Troll, spilling the beans into the river. Uh-oh, what happens when beans get wet? Do you remember when we planted beans? They needed what? To grow. Water and sun, right? Poor Jack did not have a clue what to do. "Don't worry, kiddo," said Billy Bob. "Put your 2 cents over here." With a splish and a splash, in jumped Jack, who plunked down his pennies and topped off the pot. The Troll stamped and stomped. He stormed and he stewed. He snorted and converted until he was blue in the face. "I want my money, you 4-legged Bainskis!" he shouted, tramping on the carpool. "Give it to me now! Now, now, now!" Mama Bear raised her eyebrows at such behavior. "You know, my little fellow, I don't think you deserve everything that's coming to you." And the Troll shouted, "So let me have it!" Billy Bob looked at Billy Bo, who gave a nod to just plain Billy, who pulled the plug. "Everybody out of the pool! Whoosh!" "Man overboard!" cried Billy Bob, tossing the Troll a spare tire. And as the grumpy, greedy little man sculped and gulped, Jack, Red, Mama, Papa, little Baby Bear all waved goodbye and floated safely across to the other side of the river, where they hurried home to meet their mother, visit Grammy, and eat their porridge. They let all the water out of the pool. Remember their carpool? And it knocked the Troll right into the river. It's nice that they threw him the tire so he could float. The 3 silly Billies turned over the pot and dropped every last penny, nickel, dime, and quarter into the Troll's toll booth. Pluck, plank, click, clack, cluck, clack. Exactly $1. And across the small wooden bridge that crossed the very deep river went the 3 silly Billies for some fun in the sun, which would be the end, but there's the toll booth. They paid their toll. Uh-oh. Click, clack, clicky, clack. "Okay, now who's crossing my bridge?" grumbled the Troll with a soggy sigh. "It's just little old me," bellowed the giant with a sniff. "Fee, fi, fo, fum. Is that Troll I smell? Yum, yum, yum." That had a lot of different stories in it. So I'm going to take those books back to the library, and maybe you want to come and get them and take them home and read them for yourself. So I will see you guys next week. And you know what I just realized? We didn't sing our hello song. Sorry about that. We'll do our goodbye song, okay? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you next week.